Part of our newfound freedom under lockdown level 2 is the joy of going back to the movies, the cinema, the bioscope, the flicks. Major movie chains, Nu Metro and Sterkinekor, have fired up their popcorn machines and dusted off theatre seats to welcome back lovers of the big screen. Let's find out how things are going. On day one, I'm joined by Chantelle Burrows of Nu Metro Marketing. Good evening, Chantelle. So are people flocking back to the movies?
Good evening, Sally and viewers. We opened this morning. Our first show was at 11 o'clock. We're exceptionally proud to have opened our doors. I wouldn't say the customers are flocking. They're definitely not at the levels that they were at this time last year, obviously, for obvious reasons. But they definitely are eager customers that are coming through the door. And in fact, I was at 2 sites today, and there definitely are customers coming through our doors, which is positive.
That's absolutely great to hear. What is different, and how will I eat my popcorn?
Good questions. Well, there's lots of things that are different. We obviously had to submit our protocols through to government for approval, which we've obviously received. And the first thing that we encourage is online bookings. We obviously do have the ability to purchase tickets in our cinemas, but we do encourage online bookings first of all. When you arrive at the cinema, you're going to have your temperature checked. We're going to ask that you wear your masks throughout the time that you're in our cinema, except when you're eating your popcorn and drinking your cool drink.
I'm very relieved to hear that. Okay. And what about the seating? Is that different? You're only allowed a certain amount of people in each cinema. How does it work?
Correct. So we have a cap of 50 people. That's what we're allowed per cinema. And there's 1.5 meters social distancing. So we needed to allow buffer seats, and we've allowed 2 buffer seats, which is in fact more than 1.5 meters between customers.
So hang on, when I book, let's say it's me and my family, do I have to sit 1.5 meters apart from them, or would I be able to online book 4 seats together?
No, you can't book 4 seats together. We do have an option where you can book 2 seats together if you feel comfortable, if you're coming from the same family or the same household. But then there will be 2 buffer seats in between you and the next seats that are booked.
So, okay, explain this really slowly to me because it's been a long week. I will book 4 tickets, but they will be in 2 groups of 2 for a family of 4, for example?
Correct, that's correct.
Okay.
With 2 seats in between the 4 of you.
All right. And then will we be able to sit right next to each other, or will we have ushers shining torches in our faces telling us to move apart?
No, we allowed 2 people sitting next to each other and then 2 seats apart, 2 buffer seats in between.
Okay.
So no, we won't be shining any lights in your eyes.
All right. You know, of course, everyone's very excited because the movies it's a special outing and it's something fun to do. But it's been tough times. I mean, the movies have been closed, for 5 months now? Realistically, is Nu Metro possibly facing retrenchments or closing down some theatres?
No, there has been no closure of cinemas at all during these 5-month period and 5-month period, and we're not planning to close any in the foreseeable future. And we're very fortunate to not have had any retrenchments at all. So it's been very positive from a Nu Metro point of view.
Wonderful news, and thank you very much. Good luck. Chantelle Burrows of Nu Metro Marketing. Well, let's check out the scene on the ground. Our reporter, Obile Madlala, joins me. She's at the Sterkinekor complex in Sandton. Good evening, Obile. You get the best gigs, you know. What's it like there? Are there a lot of people? Is there that same pre-movie buzz, or is it quite different?
Well, Sally, a lot of people have gone in now because the movies have started, but really just a nice buzz, except a bit less than what we are used to when we go to cinemas, but still a good crowd. Just as you can see behind me, there's some people already that are buying, that are about to go in, and of course, a tiny bit late. But to understand and just to know what is different now about the cinemas, I'm now joined by Eddie Makanya, who is the complex manager. Eddie, how many people have you seen today so far?
We basically sold out now. We started slow this morning, but it picked up as the day goes. So some of the cinemas, because it's regulated to have 50 people per cinema, now some of them are sold out. In fact, it was a pity to see some of the people leave because they could not be accommodated.
Oh no, Eddie. So tell us, how many people exactly are there supposed to be in a cinema?
Each cinema is regulated to have 50 per auditorium. Some of the movie houses that are small, we have to observe social distancing, so we leave certain seats open so that they don't sit next to each other.
All right, and we saw that the couches at the Prestige, where everyone sits and waits, is no longer there.
It's unfortunate that our lounge in Prestige, we have to remove the seats to avoid people, our guests basically, to come and stand on the foyer.
All right. And then how many movies are you guys showing, and what are the name of those movies?
Currently we're showing 4 movies, which is Tenet, Tabaluga, Eva, there's Fatima in some of the cinemas.
All right, and how is it selling?
It's selling very well, hence I said some of the movies are sold out.
All right, lastly, I just need to know this. What time are you guys open and what time do you close?
Okay, on weekends it's we start at 12:15, and then during the week it's going to start at 2 o'clock until the last show will start at 5 to 7 in the evening.
Thank you very much there, Eddie. Well, Sally, that's Eddie from the complex here in Sandton. But I just want to tell you something. So there, we no longer just buy the popcorn as you would see it.
Yeah.
It's now pre-packed. As you can see there, the lady just packing it away. It's now pre-packed. You just buy the drinks, and everything is really just happening online, and you really just come in to collect and straight to the cinema.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, I was most concerned about the popcorn, so I'm very pleased that you absolutely made it your mission to investigate. So those open boxes of popcorn, not happening anymore, but you can buy closed packets. So is that to stop sharing, do you think, Mobile? Mobile, do you think that's to stop people from sharing their popcorn?
Well, Sally, from what we have seen so far, they are already restricting the fact that you need to always wear your mask. So when you're eating popcorn, you need to eat and then close your mask again. No. So that's a little bit hard because they're saying that you're only allowed to not wear your mask for so long.
Yeah.
So I doubt sharing would be the easiest of things when you're busy touching your mask the entire time. But from what we have seen so far, everybody has had their own popcorn.